The year is 79. You live in Pompeii, a thriving Roman city at the foot of Mount Vesuvius. The streets are loud with merchants. Children play near fountains. The public baths are full of voices and steam. Life feels peaceful, secure. But lately the earth has been restless. At first it was subtle, a vibration underfoot. Then stronger, more frequent. Birds have fled. Dogs howl at night. Some say smoke rises from the mountain. Others say it's nothing, just the ground settling like always. But this morning, you wake to a violent jolt. Clay jars crash. Dust clouds the room. Outside, people run and shout. Some pray. Others scream. Something is happening. This is an interactive story. At the end of each chapter, you choose what happens next, using your keyboard. So, what will you do? Press 1 to stay in Pompeii, or press 4 to leave while you still can. You decide to stay. Maybe the mountain is nothing to worry about. Maybe the ground will settle. You have responsibilities here? Family, work, a home. Besides, most of the city hasn't left. Life seems to go on, even if the air feels heavier. But as the day unfolds, the sky begins to change. A strange darkness gathers over the city. It's not night. It's something else. Ash falls like gray snow, coating rooftops and streets. The ground shakes again, harder this time. People scream and scatter. Statues crack and topple. You rush outside, heart pounding, trying to decide what to do. Some are heading back indoors, hoping stone walls will protect them. Others are pushing toward the forum, searching for answers, for safety in numbers. You need to choose now. Do you seek shelter inside a building? Press 2 to go indoors. Or do you head to the town square? Press 3 to move toward the crowd. You rush back inside, hoping the thick stone walls will protect you. The city outside is chaos, but in here, it's quiet, at least for now. You close the shutters. The light fades. Ash begins to fall harder, tapping against the roof like dry rain. The air smells of sulfur. You breathe through cloth, trying not to panic. Another tremor hits. The walls groan. From somewhere nearby, you hear a building collapse. You pace the room, heart racing. You think of your family, your neighbors. Did they find shelter? Are they safe? A sudden sound, like thunder, echoes from the mountain. You glance at the door. You don't know how long this house will hold. Time is running out. Do you try to escape while you still can? Press 4 to run for your life. Press 7 to remain where you are. You make your way toward the center of the city, where the crowd is gathering. The forum, usually full of trade and chatter, is now filled with shouting and fear. People run in every direction. Some call for their loved ones. Others drop to their knees in prayer. Ash rains from the sky, covering statues, rooftops, and faces in pale gray dust. The sky is growing darker, like a storm without clouds. You can barely see the sun. You hear a loud cracking sound, then screaming. A column has collapsed nearby. The ground moves beneath your feet again. No one seems to know what's happening or what to do. Some people are heading for the city gates. Others huddle together, hoping the danger will pass. You need to act. Do you run for the edge of the city? Press 4 to escape the chaos, or press 7 to remain where you are. You decide not to wait. You leave. The city gates are open, but the roads are crowded. Families push carts, children cry. Some carry nothing at all, just running. You glance back. The mountain is no longer just smoking. A thick black column is rising into the sky, twisting like a tree made of ash. You cover your mouth and keep moving. Soon the crowd begins to split. Some are heading toward the hills behind the city, climbing paths into higher ground. Others are turning toward the harbor, hoping to find boats. You hesitate. The sky is darker now. It's hard to know which way is safer, or if anywhere is safe at all. The ash falls thicker. It stings your eyes. You try not to think about what's coming from above. Do you head for the hills, or do you run to the harbor, hoping to escape by the sea? Press 5 to climb toward high ground. Press 6 to go to the shore. You climb quickly, following a narrow path out of the city. Others move with you, coughing and stumbling as the ash thickens. The air is heavy, dry, hard to breathe. Every few steps you hear someone calling out for help. Behind you, Pompeii is disappearing under a dark cloud. The sound is like nothing you've heard before. Deep, constant, like thunder that never stops. Some say the worst is over. Others say it's just beginning. Suddenly, the ground shifts beneath your feet. You fall to your knees. Stones tumble from above. One man is hit and doesn't get back up. You reach a rocky outcrop and take shelter behind it, gasping for air. There's no clear path forward, and no way to know if this spot will protect you. Do you return to the city, hoping to reach someone you left behind? Or do you stay and wait out the storm? Press 1 to go back, or press 7 to remain where you are. You run toward the harbor, hoping to find a boat, any boat, before it's too late. When you arrive, the docks are packed. People shout and push. Some are trying to bribe the sailors. Others scream at empty water, begging for ships that may never come. You see a small group already rowing away, vanishing into the thick smoke that now hangs over the bay. The air smells of sulfur and fire. Ash covers the sea like snow. Even the fish seem to have disappeared. A woman nearby collapses. A child cries out for a father who isn't there. You look back toward the city. The sky is nearly black. Some say there's still time to return. Others drop to the ground, covering their faces, waiting for the end. Do you turn back to Pompeii, hoping to help someone you left behind, or do you stay here, hoping a boat will come? Press 1 to go back. Press 7 to wait at the harbor. The sky darkens as ash begins to fall, light at first, then heavier with each passing minute. The sun fades behind a thick gray veil. Streets once filled with voices are now quiet, buried under dust. Homes, temples, fountains, everything is disappearing. The air turns hot and dry. It burns in the throat, stings in the eyes. People move without direction. Some cry out, others kneel and pray. Many simply stand still, watching the sky, waiting for something they can't name. Then comes the sound. A deep roar rises from the mountain, louder than thunder, steady and unrelenting. The ground shakes, walls crack, tiles fall from rooftops, and then the final surge. A cloud of gas and burning ash rushes down the slope, faster than wind. It sweeps through the city in seconds. There is no warning, no escape. Everything it touches is buried, frozen in place. Then, silence. Pompeii is gone. But the city is not erased. Beneath the layers of ash and stone, it remains, sealed, preserved, untouched. Time stops here, and though centuries will pass above its ruins, the final moments of this day will not fade. They will wait, buried in stillness, until the world rediscovers what it lost. Pompeii remained hidden for nearly 1,700 years, After the eruption, the city was buried beneath meters of ash and stone. Over time, its name faded. The roads that once led to it vanished. Crops were planted where homes had stood. Life moved on above a city frozen in its final day. Then, in the 18th century, everything changed. During the digging of a well near the town of Herculaneum, workers struck stone, walls, paintings, rooms still standing. Soon, more discoveries followed. Frescoes untouched by light, pottery still in place, even bread left in ovens. Archaeologists realized they weren't just uncovering ruins, they were opening a time capsule. Pompeii was not simply destroyed, it had been preserved, perfectly. And in that stillness, a story emerged of daily life, of tragedy, of a world paused in its final hour. Today, visitors walk those same streets. They see how people once lived and how they died. Pompeii speaks again, without words, without movement, through what remains. Pompeii is more than a tragedy. It is a moment, frozen in time. Here, we don't just find broken buildings or faded walls, we find lives. People caught in the middle of their routines, unaware that their world was about to end. A loaf of bread left in an oven, a dog still chained, a family sheltering together. In that stillness, we see ourselves, not emperors or heroes, but ordinary people. And through them, we remember how quickly everything can change. Pompeii reminds us that history isn't something distant. It happens in real places, to real people, in real time. Thank you for being part of this journey. If the story stayed with you, feel free to share it and tell us, what path did you take?